We've all experienced those moments where a wave of anxiety, self-doubt, or a compulsive urge seems to come from nowhere, hijacking our better judgment and leading us away from our true intentions. This book presents a powerful and liberating idea: these thoughts and impulses are not the core of who you are. They are deceptive messages generated by the brain's ingrained wiring, often rooted in past experiences and reinforced by habit. The feeling that you are your anxiety, your addiction, or your self-critical voice is an illusion. You are the conscious being who can observe these messages, and, with the right tools, choose not to obey them. The reason these patterns feel so automatic and inescapable lies in the brain's wiring. When we experience a distressing sensation, a pang of social anxiety, a craving, a spike of stress, and then perform a habitual behavior that offers temporary relief, we strengthen a neural circuit. The brain learns that the behavior, like reaching for a drink, seeking reassurance, or retreating from a challenge, solves the problem of discomfort. This creates a powerful feedback loop: the uncomfortable sensation triggers the urge, the behavior provides fleeting relief, and the circuit is reinforced, making the habit feel more compulsory next time. The sensations themselves, the tight chest of fear, the visceral pull of a craving, are manufactured by the brain to drive us toward these familiar, if ultimately harmful, solutions. They feel intensely real, but they are signals based on faulty wiring, not reflections of truth or necessity. The pathway to freedom is built on a remarkable scientific principle: self-directed neuroplasticity. This is the mind's capacity to physically change the brain's structure and function through focused attention and conscious choice. Just as the brain wired itself into unhelpful patterns, it can wire itself into healthier ones. You are not stuck with the brain you have, you can cultivate the brain you want. This isn't about positive thinking or suppressing thoughts. It's an active, disciplined process of retraining your attention, thereby forging new neural pathways that support your genuine goals and values. The book provides a structured, four-step method to apply this principle, a way to systematically dismantle the old associations and build new, empowering ones. The first step, relabel, is about developing a moment-to-moment awareness of the deceptive messages as they arise. This involves cultivating mindfulness, observing your thoughts and impulses without immediately believing them or acting on them. The goal is to notice, this is the "I'm a failure" thought again, or this is the craving sensation. You give the deceptive message a simple, accurate name like worry, rumination, or false alarm. This act of naming creates a critical sliver of space between you and the thought, allowing you to see it as a passing mental event rather than a command or a truth. Step 2, reframe, deepens this separation by changing your perspective on these messages. It encourages you to see them for what they truly are: false and misleading signals from the brain, not insights from your true self. You learn to attribute them to your brain's outdated wiring, perhaps formed in childhood or during past stressful events. By reframing, you might say to yourself, "This intense feeling of dread isn't a sign of real danger, it's my brain's overactive alarm system based on old memories." This step robs the messages of their credibility and power, allowing you to stop taking them so personally. The third step, refocus, is the pivotal action phase. When a deceptive message arises and you've relabeled and reframed it, you consciously direct your attention and energy toward a constructive, healthy activity while the uncomfortable sensation is still present. You don't wait for the anxiety to pass before you engage in life. If a social anxiety thought appears, you refocus on actively listening to the person in front of you. If a craving hits, you refocus on going for a walk or calling a friend. This is where the actual rewiring happens. By choosing a new behavior despite the old signal, you begin to weaken the old circuit and starve the habit of its reinforcement. The uncomfortable feeling may persist, but you are proving to your brain that you can function without giving in. Finally, step 4, revalue, is the process of integrating these practices to see the deceptive brain messages clearly for the worthless distractions they are. Through consistent practice of the first 3 steps, you naturally begin to devalue the messages. The intense urge or fear starts to seem like what it always was: background noise, a false promise of relief, a habitual glitch. You cultivate your true self, the part of you that holds your values, goals, and genuine desires, and make decisions from that place. You learn that the uncomfortable sensations, while unpleasant, are temporary and do not require your obedience. Your sense of self shifts from being the victim of your brain's tricks to being the aware and capable guide of your own mind. This journey is not about achieving a perfect state of mind free from unwanted thoughts. It is about changing your relationship to them. It is a practice of empowerment, teaching you that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies your freedom and power to choose. By applying this 4-step method, you gradually rewire your brain to work for you, aligning your automatic responses with the life you consciously want to lead. You move from being controlled by deceptive messages to being guided by your authentic self.